Today's Youth Asia, since 2002, creating future leaders for Nepal, connecting young leaders all over the world, making Nepal proud globally. Today's Youth Asia, GPO 8975, EPC 5478, Kathmandu, Nepal.
Since we are on the topic of the religion, now what we see is the differences between the parents and the children. So can this religious study fill in the gap between the parents and the children?
Well, we know that we can't force our parents to go to school now, right? So, and you don't have to go to school to get an education, right? But however, in today's society, in 21st century, there is a form of measurement, right? There's a system of measurement which is a degree, right? So you have to go. However, to go back to your question, parents, while they're not going to go to school, you have to continue to do what you need to do while respecting them at the same time. You will have to find ways to, help them to understand. But I still believe where there's a will, there's a way. And you are smart enough, bright enough to do that. And I think the beautiful part about this part of the world is the respect and the culture that it teaches, the respect that's embedded in this culture. So I think you will definitely find a way, because every parent, every family culture is different. So I think that's a question that the individual person has to decide and think about, rather than, there's no one answer. I can't tell you to disrespect your parents. I can't tell you to go against them, but it is something that you do have to think about, because you can't lose yourself either. You have to find a way to better yourself, to educate yourself.
So can this religious study create a pathway for the children and the parents?
I personally don't think it can, because if you think about it, every religion teaches good, right? And everything that we talk about being human teaches good. So how could that be separated? It can't, and it can't lead you away if you're truly at heart doing what is right. Getting an education is doing right. Treating your parents with respect is doing right. So there's nothing religious about it. It's about being human. It's about doing the right thing. So if you think of it in that respect, you won't separate religion and the world, because it should be. You should live a balanced life, and if you marry the two together, that makes one whole person.
There is this general perception that Islamic education leads to terrorism. So what are the steps that young generations of Islamic people taking to change this concept so that it's thought that Islamic education leads to love, peace, knowledge, and humanity?
Okay. Well, there are many things already. That's a great question. There are many things already in place in America that we're doing, and I think it's just taking everybody doing their part. Every Muslim, and I think it's not just Muslim, it's everybody, because you have Muslim friends, right? And you know how they are. They're not terrorists. So I think it's everybody taking a piece and situation by situation, educating those who don't understand, because, we have ignorant people everywhere in the world. It's just not Muslims. It's everyone, because we're all human, and when we don't understand something, we're afraid of it, and then we lash out and we do things that are negative. So, for instance, in America, we have university students who have Muslim Students Associations, and they, during Ramadan time or during Eid or any kind of events where they take more initiation and then go out and inform the public. And then often we've had even non-Muslim friends of theirs who fasted just to go through that, to understand their friends. For instance, like I mentioned, I wrote a module on overview of Islam. We have university programs that offer understanding of Islam. We have, for instance, I don't know if you heard in the news or if it even made it to Nepal, during the time of when they were talking about, there was a big controversy about the mosque being built at Ground Zero. Then there was a pastor in Florida who wanted to burn, he had like 200 Qurans and he wanted to burn that. So, and he was really, really, adamant about it, and he was going to do this. And then this gentleman, and I can't recall his name right now, but he, with his team, he's a nonprofit organization, went to Florida, and he said to that pastor, he said, well, you're going to burn this. Why don't I purchase these from you? So finally they convinced him. He did not burn the Quran, and this non-Muslim gentleman bought the Qurans, and then he went to churches. He gave those Qurans to churches, and he said, you know what, during your Sunday services, why don't you read some excerpts from it? This way, people who will never, ever, ever come even close to a Quran will at least hear what's in it.
What inspired you to take education degree for your master's level?
Well, I'm very passionate about education. I think education is the key to success. Knowledge is power. And the more you get educated, the more your mind opens, and the more you become tolerant and accepting of others.
Not many youths aim to become a teacher in today's time, though it is a very noble job and can shape the lives of many youths. So, how do you inspire youths to become a teacher, and that too a very good one?
I think teaching is something that has to be from the heart. You can't force someone to become a teacher, nor would I force somebody to become a teacher. It has to be, it's like your faith. It comes from the heart. So, yes, you can inspire by being a great teacher, but to really convince someone, I personally don't think so unless they are really in it. However, you can provide experiences to develop an interest.
What message would you like to give to the youths?
What message? Is to never ever give up and always, always be the initiator. If you have an idea, go for it. That's it. Simple.
As a child, did you ever imagine that you will be working to improve the field of education in U.S. and abroad?
I did decide when I was probably around 10 years old, but I didn't know that I would be sitting here in front of a TV show answering questions about it. But yes, I always wanted to be an ambassador in terms of education, promoting education, being able to inspire people that, that education is a betterment of your life. So yes, I didn't see specifically as professional development, but yes, I saw myself as going out and at least saying how I felt about education.
How was the experience in Nepal?
Okay. This is the first time I've been to Nepal, and the hospitality has been so overwhelming. I don't know how I'm going to be when I go back, because this is not how it is with us there. We're a very individualistic society. So I have been so spoiled here, and I have loved being here every minute. And the teacher trainings have been great. I mean, I've received positive feedback, and people want me to come back. And I think the message that I've given to people, the teachers here, is to please continue what they're doing, use their passion for educating others, to find ways with the limited resources they have. And again, what I would say to the youth, I would say to everybody, is never ever give up, because that is what forms who you are. And 10 years from, today, what you've gone through is what will make you strong. So if you give up, you're not going to be strong. So my message is always never ever give up. Continue with whatever it is you're doing.
With this show, we look forward to your feedback. Our email address is utya@gmail.com. Our mailing address is UTV-show, GPO 8975 EPC 5478, Kathmandu. Thank you for watching us. We look forward to meeting you next week at the same time. Have a nice week. Namaste.